Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mackenzie Drake. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Today I just wanted a very laid back, chill talk, one-on-one, kiki type of feel for this video. So I'm sitting on the ground. So the other day I was thinking about videos that I want to film, you know, to upload as I do as a YouTuber. And I'm like, girl, I really haven't sat down and just either done a story time or explained something personal in my life. That's what we're doing today. I'm going to be doing a very in-depth video about my birth control experience. I definitely have talked about it like in some chit chat, get ready with me's, but I just want to do a full just overview, debrief of my experience on birth control. I really haven't just sat down and thought in my brain the full effects, the full pros and cons, even whenever I went to get the birth control. I'm like 100% sure y'all have seen all the videos of the girls pulling out the big ass pamphlets with all the side effects, It just needs to be debriefed. I really didn't make any notes on this. I'm really just doing this off the top of my head, so please bear with me. But without further ado, let's just get into it. Please give this a like and subscribe down below. And please let me know if y'all want to see more just like open topic videos like this, you know what I mean? Because I love talking. I'm a Gemini. This starts freshman year of college, okay? But I'm first gonna explain like my whole period experience, everything that's really around that for me, okay? So I got my first period. I have a whole notes list actually. I started my period in 2018. So I was a late bloomer. I started my period when I was 16 years old. I don't know about y'all. I'm pretty sure I definitely did have a period scare when I was like 14, and I was like, is that my period? And my mom made this huge deal and she got me ice cream and pads, and I was like, bitch, it's not my period. It wasn't. But I didn't get my period until I was 16. I knew it wasn't normal because by the age of 11, my mom was basically telling all my siblings about thyroid, PCOS, all of the genetics and everything like that, because in my family, PCOS, thyroid issues, period abnormalities, like it's a given. Like in the Drake household, that is what we have, okay? Like, so yeah, like 2018, I had it July for like 4 days, August, who knows when it ended, December, like just all over the fucking place. And my mom, like, I always got routine checkups and everything like that, but it was never looked into like that. My mom was just always like, you need to lose weight. Like, that's the issue to everything, which of course, like, I think we all go to the doctor and we understand that, you know, losing weight is one of the main things to just solve all your problems, but it's not. It's not. Like, even herself, like even my own mom, she lost like 200 pounds. She's hella skinty now. Y'all see Miss Heidi. She still just has a bunch of issues still. So, you know, you can really never win. Anyways, not to just out my mom like that, but it's gonna naturally, whatever. Anyways. And then 2019, I had it 6 times. Let me know down below how y'all periods have been, or like if your periods are painful. Like, I'm talking about everything right now, okay? So yeah, and in 2019, it was only like max 5 days for each of these times I had my period. Like, it was just so off, and it was the worst. If you watch my channel, you know I was a cheerleader, I was a dancer, and the last thing I wanted was an irregular ass period, because who the fuck wants that? Like, just terrible. And I didn't use tampons yet, and it was just a mess. Like, bitch, putting on a pad in my cheer uniform. Fast forward to 2020, I graduate high school. Oh, I still haven't done nothing sexually, okay? At the age, how old was I? 18. Yeah, I was 18 when I joined. I was 18 when I went to college. Explaining all this is wild. Like, I wasn't just in college last year, but like, it feels like I'm a fucking retiree. It feels like I'm an alumni. Like, I just got my alumni card, and bitch, I just feel so old. Like, I don't even know what it is. Yeah, V card was still intact, right in the wallet. And then I went to college and she had her first kiss. And it's really funny because I think I lost my virginity like November 2020. And then I literally got birth control end of December or like mid-December 2020. So hilarious. I'd say I researched for like 1 or 2 days about the birth control I got. And there's so many. Like, if you're coming here to get medical advice and like which birth control you should get, whether you should get nexplanon, don't do that because I'm stupid. But I just want to give you my just natural, humble experience as being on it. You know what I mean? I was on nexplanon and that was the implant in your arm. Where is it at? I still have a scar right here. Is it this? Yeah, I think this is my scar from it still. I'm going to try to put up like pictures just, you know, to get the full feel of the story. Yeah, I went to college. I joined the dance team. End of my high school year, I was probably like 250. Like, I was probably the weight I am right now. And then I joined the dance team and I lost like 20 pounds like in a month or two. I swear to God, like I lost weight hella. I got nexplanon in December and the main reason I got it was one of my roommates, shout out to you girl, you know who you are. She had it and she was like, I've had it for years. Like, I love it. I haven't gained any weight. Like, all these guys come at me. It's amazing. I just lost my virginity. I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And I did. I just felt so like confident in myself and it's just birth control. And honestly, there's a lot of cons to it, but it was just my first like adult decision. I feel like it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna take my happy ass to the Student Wellness Center and I'm gonna go get that rod. Okay. And I was like, you know, I'm 18. I'm that girl. I'm grown. I'm gonna be out there sucking and fucking and I'm gonna do it. But fast forward to now, would I have still done it? That's the real question. Anyways, I feel like me being on birth control, like mentally in my mind, it fucked me up more than physically. Sometimes I'm gonna get into all that, but it was truthfully an experience, a very humbling experience. So anyways, I'm just going to talk about the procedure. It was super easy. I did it like at the college wellness center or whatever. And I've never done the pill or the shot or whatever else birth control there is, but I did the implant. I was like, you know what? I feel like that'd be the easiest. I'm not good at taking pills. It'll just be a shot and then you take it out in 3 or 4 years. I'm like, boom. It'll be good. I honestly feel like it allowed me to make a lot of bad decisions. It really did. I was like, you know what? Like, fuck the condom. Bitch, still wear the condom. I don't give a fuck if you get nexplanon. Wear the fucking condom. Yeah. I pull up to the Student Wellness Center and my roomie was with me. I was like, I'm gonna go get this shot. The nurse will first, you know, take your vitals, everything, make sure you're good. You do have to take a pregnancy test, like pee in a cup to make sure you're not pregnant, all of that. The nurse will just lay you on the table, put my arm like that. I don't know why I'm explaining all this because I don't know, whatever. But as you lay back and then they put some numbing cream and then they're just like, and then it's just in there. Like, it's kind of actually crazy. Like, I didn't feel it at all. Like, I didn't really have pain. Like, I had a little like tenderness whenever I first got it done, but it really wasn't that bad. Like, I left that clinic. I was like, I'm a new woman. Like, pregnancy who? Like, that's not gonna be me. I'm going to be a successful college student. It just went downhill from there. At the point of doing it, I didn't think it was a big deal. I was like, whatever. And I'm honestly really thankful my experience was as smooth as it was because, you know, there's so many nexplanon horror stories or there's so many birth control horror stories in general. When they first gave me the big ass like thing of side effects, I was like, I didn't even unfold it. I was like, I'm just gonna do it and say fuck it. And who knows if there's any side effects still lingering on me or whatever the fuck else happened in my body because of it. All I know is what I feel and everything. Anyways, yeah, I left and I was like, okay, cool. The next day, I believe, literally the next day I woke up and it was bruised as fuck. Like, I'll put pictures. It definitely hurt the first week. Like, not crazy, but you know, I was on the dance team, so I was swinging my arms, fucking doing everything. And I was like, shit, I just got my fucking implant. Can we chill? But we can't. We can't. When I really started feeling the side effects, there's a couple main side effects. I feel like mood changes, weight fluctuation, fucking there's blood clots. There's just so many side effects. Maybe I'll put some on the screen. There's just so many. And I only felt like max 3 side effects throughout my whole experience. Like, let me see whenever I got it taken out. Yeah, I got it taken out like mid-January, beginning of January of this year. So, yeah, I had nexplanon in my fat ass arm for 3 years, and it was a journey. It really was. The main differences for me that I could tell were definitely weight. Like, it wasn't a weight gain, but something with weight. It was mood changes and just brain fog. Like, yo, I was getting exposed to just so many things at once. When it came to college, like I came to college and then I started smoking weed like the same time that I got nexplanon, and I started drinking around the same time, but nah, yeah, like drinking more often. So there was just so many things I feel like my body was going through other than just the birth control that I was like, oh, it's because I'm smoking or da da da. So there's just like so many things, you know, that I just didn't fully be like, oh, this is because the nexplanon, I need to get it taken out. Like, I just, especially whenever, you know, I was on the dance team or just doing a sport, I'm not good at listening to my body and giving it what it needs. I feel like that's a lot for, I feel like that's the same for a lot of athletes. Like, it can get so easy to just, you know, not listen to your body and just be like, bitch, just do what you need to do, you know. But yeah, anyways, I got it at the end of 2020. And literally for the past 3 years, I haven't gained weight. Like, honestly, in my opinion, nexplanon snatched the fuck out of my waist. And I know the title is probably negative, but I honestly did have an overall positive experience. I just need the clickbait, you know. I really started feeling the side effects like whenever I got home from Christmas break that year. Like, I think it was a combination of just like, you know, a lot of changes in my life, especially with going into college, you know, just substances. And then now I'm on birth control. Like, throughout high school, and even growing up, I've never really been an emotional person, like, at all. Like, never would even cry around anyone at all. Not even my family. Like, whenever I was in the house, like, I only cried around my sisters, like, once or twice. Like, I wasn't a crier like that. Things didn't, like, I definitely was very numb in my childhood, which is sad to say now. Like, your girl is going through a lot of trauma. A lot of shadow work needs to be dealt with, but I just feel like whenever I was a child, I was very just numb to everything. So I just never gave myself room to feel, which is so sickening. Like, ew, I hate that. I hate saying that, but it's the truth. I feel like a lot of you guys might even be dealing with stuff like that. Just wanting to, you know, just completely numb out the world, numb out, you know, your family life, your childhood, you know, school, your friends, anything, you know, home life, whatever. But yeah, back to my point, I wasn't an emotional kid. I never have been an emotional person. And then I definitely feel like once I got nexplanon, like, it was just a whole switch, but also the same numbness at the same time. Like, it was so weird. Like, once I felt a big emotion, like, or even if it was something small, but it made me feel just really sad or just really overwhelmed, like, I would just cry, like, in my dorm, like, just fucking crying for like half an hour. And I feel like that's really also why I just started smoking weed more, just because it helps. Like, I don't like, for me, weed doesn't like numb my brain. It doesn't make me just like forget about my priorities. Like, I'm a pretty functional stoner. Like, I'm just gonna say it like that. Like, I've been smoking for 3 years, and you know, of course I have some addictions that I need to stop. Only one, fucking nicotine. But like, when it comes to weed, I feel like, you know, especially in college, I was very functional. I was a very functional stoner, and like, I would smoke every day. And you wouldn't think that. You wouldn't think that. Like, I'm over here on a sports team. Like, you wouldn't think that. And I'm not shedding hate on my school or anything. That's just who I was. I'm going to explain it. But yeah, I really started feeling it. I went home for Christmas break, and I remember I had this big ass cry. I was like watching my brother's dogs, and I'm gonna have to put in some videos of me fucking going through it, because I was fucking going through it. Like, whenever people say when you're on birth control, it's like you're pregnant all the time, like, they're not lying. Like, it really felt like I was pregnant, like, not gaining weight wise, or, you know, feeling heavy, or actually having a baby in your stomach. No, but like the emotions, like, I bet that's how it is when you're actually pregnant. Like, my hormones were fucking all over the place. I could just tell they were. And I don't even know shit about hormones. I was just literally anything small, big, like, I would just cry. But if nothing really triggered me emotionally, I feel like I was just very numb. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? I don't know. I was just very, I don't know. I feel like I was just very roll with the punches, very, I'm gonna do this to get this done, like, lollygagging throughout life. Like, and I feel like once I got my birth control out, like, I didn't really see a difference in anything. Like, I have gained weight, and I feel like that's just mostly my lifestyle right now. But like, I definitely feel like nexplanon did help me maintain my weight, which is just so weird. And it's also really funny because ever since I got my nexplanon out, I've had regular periods. So like, did it help me? Like, I'm like, should I go back on? Like, I don't know. I'd really love to hear y'all's story if you've had nexplanon, or if you're thinking about getting nexplanon, like. Hey y'all, I know I look a mess. Like, oh my god, my hair. I just want to come on here and explain a little bit more stuff. I figured that I wasn't going to be able to cover everything just because I was just going off the top of my head. But yeah, basically when I got the nexplanon in, I completely forgot when I was doing the video, but literally 2 weeks in, I believe, it was like the end of December. And it's funny because I actually got my nexplanon taken out in December. So I didn't get taken out January 2023. I got it taken out December 2022. Same shit. But 2 weeks after I got it in, I actually did have like really big breakouts, like acne breakouts on my skin. I'll put some pictures in, which was so like unheard of for me. Like, I've never had that bad of acne. Like, this picture, that's the worst acne I've had in my whole life. Like, I don't get acne. I don't really get like cystic looking acne like whenever I got the next one on. So that was that definitely scared me. Like, when I first got it, I was like, oh my god, am I gonna have acne the rest of the time? So I did get nervous, but the acne went away, like, literally. And I got it 2 weeks in, and then it went away like a week later. So I feel like I dodged a bullet. But I just wanted to add that in. So like, you know, if you're thinking about getting nexplanon, you might have a breakout when you get it, or, you know, that shit's normal. And I did look up symptoms and everything. So I was like, okay, maybe it's normal. So I just wrote it out and everything was fine. But so yeah, I just wanted to add that in, let y'all know that happened. But now I'm about to just start talking about like living in the moment, which is so freaking important. Like, looking back on my Snapchat memories, and especially being on the dance team, I thought, you know, I was the biggest girl on the team. There's like no big girls on the campus. And I literally thought I was still huge, even though I lost weight, and I didn't weigh myself like that. So I just still thought I was the weight I was, like, during COVID and stuff, even though I literally sat there and lost like 30 pounds. But like, the way the dance team was, my coach, like, I was like, there's no way I'm doing better. But I was. So yeah, like, I just want to share how important it is to just live in the moment, appreciate your body in every stage, no matter what, because your mind can play tricks on you. And I was still bleeding that I was like, 250 whenever I was smaller. And like, I know throughout this video, I'm like, oh, whenever I got it taken out, I didn't like feel the side effects or anything. Like, I didn't realize, but I definitely did. Like, once I got it taken out, I just felt I don't even know, like a sigh of relief. Like, I'm gonna put up this video, and this was around the time whenever I was about to quit the dance team, and I was just fucking going through it. And I feel like there's just a lot of factors in that point in time that was just making me go through it. But I feel like this video is like, it was the signifier. Like, that day, I was like, yo, I can't, like, I need to get this shit out of my body. Like, like, my mood was just crazy. I don't even know. I really can't even describe it. I feel like I'm still trying to process what I was going through. But, like, I feel like just looking on the past and, like, in college, like, I just want to tell y'all, like, no matter what stage you're in, just live in the present so vividly. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't take back my college experience. I wouldn't go back on, to be honest with you, because it was really good, but it was also hard at times. You know what I mean? But I don't regret going to college. I know this is about nexplanon, but I just want to explain everything. Okay? Yeah, it's just so sad because I got nexplanon in, and I wasn't sad every day type shit, but I would just be like, I would just have low self-esteem. And then especially being a part of the dance team, I would also have low self-esteem just because of not necessarily everyone around me, just the college I was at, the people there. It's not a healthy environment, especially, I don't even know. But just looking back, and especially whenever I would be looking like at Snapchat stories and just thinking how lame it is for me being at the dorm alone, or not having enough friends, or, smoking alone, or whatever the fuck it was. Like, looking back on it now, it's like, Mackenzie, like, you are so, like, you're doing so fine. And like, I was a skinny mini little beanie. Like, I looked good, and I still look good. Like, I'm not going to sit here and hate on myself, but just looking back to how I was feeling whenever I had nexplanon and in college and my freshman year, like, especially my freshman year, I felt like such shit about myself freshman year, which is so sad. Ugh. Looking back on it just sucks. Like, I literally just dove so deep into, oh my God, there's a heart balloon outside. I just dove so deep into, like, my roommates and, like, the people around me, the girls on the dance team. Like, I need to act a certain way around people at this college, or, I wasn't changing how I was acting. But, like, I feel like just naturally being around fake ass people, I started adopting that mentality, which is disgusting. I hate to say it, but I'm going to sit here and hold myself accountable, as we should, okay? Everybody hold themselves accountable, please. But yeah, my freshman year, I just felt such, like, I just remember in high school, I was the laid back. I didn't really talk a lot. Like, of course I talked a lot, but I was just very kind of like tomboy, like, personality wise. And then, on the dance team, I just felt like I had to, like, put myself, like, into a more, like, I don't know, like, not uptight personality, but, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was just making me so sad. And I just feel like, especially the roommates I had in my freshman year, like, it just showed me a lot about the world and how, I feel like I've talked about this before, but, like, it's really crazy going to college. Like, if you went to college, maybe you've had the same experience, but, like, just seeing how different people grow up is insane. Or, like, the different standards in families, or, who keeps in touch with their family and just stuff like that. Like, that honestly was, like, a big life fucking experience for me. I was like, damn, like, I'm getting treated like this, or my parents do this, or my family does this, and I'm like, shit, like, that's not normal, or, you know, just stuff like that. But I definitely feel like being on nexplanon just like enhanced those feelings for me. Like, I was just feeling so low, and then I started just giving myself up to like any man that would do it, like, so bad. And who wants to be the fucking girl who says that they'll just fuck anyone? But that's literally what I was basically doing. I was like, literally, I wasn't fucking any man, but like, it's so funny. Like, I just can't, like, especially whenever I was home, which is crazy. It's like I got that first dose of like losing my virginity, and I don't know, I feel like it was very self-degradation for me. And then whenever I was home, like for Christmas break, the first year of college, like I just went ham. And like I didn't realize, I feel like I did, like every time I was like, wow, I feel worse. But like, I don't know what didn't click in my head, you know? I grew up having a lower self-esteem, and then college really just like fucking pounded that in, you know? Which is so sad. And then I try to think now, I'm like, would I act differently now? Would I be somewhere differently now? You know, if I didn't I'm not joining it. If I didn't go to college, you know what I mean? And I wish I could just go back and be like, it's okay, girl. Like, take a seat, think about what you want to do, and figure it out. Like, of course, I don't regret what I did. And I had a really fun experience at the college I went to, you know, and being on a team, like, that's all I want to do. I was like, I want to be on a college dance team, or I want to be a backup dancer. Like, I want to be a dancer. So I did that, you know. Of course it was D2, but you know, you take the roles with the punches. But yeah, if you're younger right now and there's just a lot of outside factors around you, and you're in high school and you're like, I don't know what I want to do with my life, or you're like, should I go to college? And your parents are like, bitch, go to college, da 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 da. Literally, like, don't take any outside factor into account. Like, it's your life. You can do whatever the fuck you want with your life. It don't matter what your older brother did, your older sister did. It don't matter what your aunt did. It don't matter if your parents both graduated from the same college and want you to go there and get that alumni scholarship, bitch. Like, it don't matter. Like, it's your life. And that's really something I've learned in the past 3 years of my adulthood. And it's crazy how I'm 21 right now. I'm just going to keep saying that in every video because it's actually insane. Like, I'm literally an adult. Like, wow. Wow. But, yeah, literally. Like, if you're iffy about college, but your parents are giving you a full ride, they're paying for your shit, they give you allowance, bitch, do it. Like, fuck it. But if your parents want to sit there and not help you out financially, and don't want to help you out even emotionally, don't even want to help you out barely physically, like, bitch, do what the fuck you want to do. Because I just feel like it wasn't even ingrained. Like, it definitely was ingrained. Like, being academically studious in my family, like, for me growing up was always just like, you have to have all A's. Like, I remember vividly, like, one of the main times, like, my dad yelled at me, and it was because I got a C. I had a C. I think I had a C in math, and he was like, do you want to be a Denny's worker? And I was like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, and it really hurt me because my dad never speaks to me in that tone. My dad never speaks to anybody in that tone in my family, really. And I was like, whoa. And I felt like such shit about myself. And it's like, girl, you were in middle school. Like, I was in the book club. I was doing like 5-6 dance classes. I was like, what is there to yell at your child about? For fuck it. What if I want to be a Denny's worker? Anyways, yeah, life is just crazily insane. But yeah, when it comes to nexplanon, I feel like, me personally, I know I'm not like talking crazily about nexplanon, but that's just basically how it affected me. And oh, and also like I got the nexplanon in 2020. That whole time I didn't have any periods. Like I spotted maybe like a total of 5 times. Like I have it right here, like 2021, like February I had some spotting, and then April I had a full period, and then May I think I had some spotting, and then all of 2022 on my notes is just question marks. Like I don't even think I had my period all of 2022. Like 2022 was a really good year. Like it really was. Like I hate my period. Like I honestly feel like it's making me gain weight. Like I'm not trying to have a child. Like my body is really trying to get me ready to be bearing a child, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like I don't know what it is. And then now it's 2023 and I've had a period January, February, March, April, May, June, August, and September. Only missed 1 month, and this is my most like consecutive like period ever, except for in 2020. I had it like almost consecutively, but yeah, honestly, I feel like birth control kind of set me up to just have a regular period, which is so weird. Or maybe my body just naturally was like over it, and it was just like, you're done. You're done with all that fucking estrogen. You're done. I don't know. If y'all know more of the medical side of it, I'd love to have a conversation down below. Like, I'm definitely going to be replying to all of you guys in the comments. Like, I just want to know, what are y'all thoughts on everything? Like, your experience or whatever the fuck. Or if you've gotten pregnant on birth control. Because, bitch, that's terrible. That's terrible. I'm really curious if I'm definitely probably fertile. I mean, I've had a period every month this year. But, yeah. I don't know. I'm curious, like, I don't really plan on getting on birth control again. I just know how bad birth control can be. For me personally, the pros definitely were that I didn't even expect anything going into it, you know, but I really do think some things were good that came out of it, you know what I mean? Like, I had no periods, which is probably bad, but I was having a good time. I don't like my period. I maintained my weight very well. Like, I was probably 220 to 230 for the whole time, which is so good. Like, so good. So good. I felt like it was easier to lose weight, but I don't know. Also, the dance team in college was just very hard, so that's probably why. But yeah, and not getting pregnant. That was a pro. As for cons, I'd say my mood fluctuation was insane. Like, I don't know. It wasn't enough for me to take out the birth control, but like a year in, I was like, am I feeling differently? Like, is my mood different? Am I experiencing brain fog? Like, am I going through these things? But you know, I was smoking all the time. I was drinking all the time. Like, I literally wasn't paying attention to anything I was feeling. I was fucking numbing it all. Numbing it all. Really, moral of the story, if you want to get that birth control, girl, you might as well try it. Maybe try it for a couple months. See if you like it, you know. I feel like I might go back on again. Who knows? Like, I really didn't feel that big of a difference, but I wasn't really getting checked, like physical check, like x-ray. Like, I don't know what's going on in my body, to be honest with you. And especially at that time, I was in college, like I wasn't paying attention, but it did what it needed to be done. It did what had to be done. And that's what I'm going to say. So, yeah, I'm honestly very blessed that it just turned out the way it did. And I know I already said that, but like, I really am, because there's so much shit that could have happened. So much shit. Oh, I didn't even explain getting it out. So I decided to get it out, and my girl came with me because, you know, we like this. And yeah, I was just like, I don't really need to have birth control anymore. No man's coming at me. So I got it taken out. At that point, I did feel like it was affecting my energy a little bit. That's another thing I forgot to say. I feel like now my energy has gotten a lot better, and yeah, for sure. I completely forgot about that. But my energy was just so like low. And I mean, I was exerting my body and my mind to so much shit. Like I would be staying up till 3, going to practice at 5:30. Like I would be doing some dumb ass shit. But my energy was definitely just overall lower. So it just came about the time and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just get it taken out. So I went to the same clinic that I went to get it in. I was like, so full circle. Actually, no, I didn't. I actually went to a different clinic than when I got it put in. So I was kind of nervous, but I just brought my like little nexplanon tag and I showed it to them. They're like, okay. And getting it out wasn't painful. Like, I don't remember. They basically like cut like a little incision and just like, I can't even remember if it was tweezers. I don't really fucking remember, but they just like grab the rod and just pull it out and you can keep it if you want it, which I wanted to keep it, but she was like, girl, don't keep that shit. That shit's nasty. And I did take a picture. You know what? Fucking I'm gonna put it up because she did her damn thing. She put the work in, kept me skinny, kept me snatched, kept me infertile, just how I wanted it. And the rest is history. It really, yeah, I got it out and I didn't feel any big differences until like maybe April, you know, but then I also started gaining weight. So the energy, I was feeling like I had more energy, but then I was also gaining weight at the same time. So yeah, and then I was just stressed about whether I wanted to go back to college, and there was just a lot going on in May of this year. Like there was just a lot. Like I really pulled a whole associate degree out of my ass just to like graduate with something. And you know, a lot of the times I ask myself, I'm like, if I didn't get into a relationship, would I have stayed and like finished my bachelor's? But I really don't think I would have. And if I did, I would have just wasted more time because the major I was in, I just didn't truly enjoy it. And I did good in a lot of the classes and I was like close to graduating, but I wasn't feeling it. I didn't like the people in any of my classes and I just wasn't feeling the major. And I've always loved being on camera, but like that doesn't mean that I'm a fucking film, photography, animation, motion design student. Like it was just my major in college was so much shit and I just wasn't prepared. And all that just caused a lot of stress. I was like, I'm gonna have to tell my parents, and then I just started gaining weight. And of course, I'm in a relationship. I definitely gained that healthy relationship weight. But that is my whole nexplanon experience. I'm gonna try not to edit this as much. I just want this to be a long, just sit with me, chat, you know. I feel like there's more shit that I want to talk about that I just haven't. I'm gonna look up some side effects and see like if I had any. Like this is so funny because I feel like I should be doing a story on this if I was like heavily affected on it, but I'm gonna sit here and give you a regular schmegular story, okay? Because you know, of course there's a percentage that you might end up like one of these horror stories on YouTube about nexplanon, but you could just have a regular schmegular experience like me. So I just wanna let y'all know. But here we go. There is literally so much. Oh, I forgot to fucking talk about it, bitch. Okay. I should have been looked this up. Sources from the web. But there's literally just so many. The main ones are headache, nausea, weight gain, hair loss, acne, dizziness, pain, bloating. Yeah. So I feel like I definitely had an increase of headaches as well. Like, I know it probably seems like I'm just making this up, but no, I just forgot the shit. I forgot the symptoms I had, okay? I didn't have weight gain, so that's amazing. That was the one thing that I really was worried about at first. I was like, I just got into college and I'm about to get a birth control that I might gain weight. Which, you know, gaining weight isn't this huge thing for me. Like, I've always fluctuated a lot with my weight, just especially being active and just going through these bouts of being active and then not being active. Like, I've just always had different weights, you know. And I forgot this was one of the most common side effects, hair loss. I've lost so much hair. And I know it doesn't look like I've lost hair because I have really long hair. But once, I'd say a couple months in, I noticed a lot of losing my hair. But I feel like that could also be thyroid issues on my part. I'd say maybe a year and a half in was when I started losing a lot of hair. And yeah, that was definitely my turning point in getting it out, because I felt like, yeah, now everything's coming to my brain. But yeah, hair loss was big for me. And I still feel like I have some balding, which is annoying. Like, I used to have super thick hair, and I still have thick hair, but I just felt like it used to be fuller when I was younger, and I just didn't know how to take care of it. So that's why my hair was always cut. But now I'm letting it along. Anyways, acne. My skin was very clear throughout the whole time I had nexplanon, just because I was active. Like, for me, like, if I'm just working out, just being active, drinking hella water, my skin's just clear, you know. I don't really have acne issues, which is a blessing from God. And then there's dizziness, pain. I didn't really get dizziness, but the bloating, I definitely did feel. Now looking back on it, I wasn't bloated. Like, I had a flat stomach. Like, of course I didn't have a flat stomach, but for me, I had a flat stomach. You know what I mean? I was small. Like, I was smaller than I was in high school. Like, I was doing my damn thing. Anyways, all I remember is the cramping. Like, I wouldn't have my period, but whenever I had spotting, or, you know, I could just feel like my body was trying to ovulate. My lower stomach would just cramp. It would just have knots for no reason. And I felt like that was pretty consistent, like, the last year I was on it. I just had a lot of weird cramping. And I always have cramping, like, a couple days in my period off of birth control. But, like, with the next one, I was like, bitch, I'm not even cramping. Like, I'm not even bleeding. Why am I cramping? Like, dumbass shit. Dumbass shit. But yeah, another symptom is vaginal infections, which once I started being sexually active, I definitely did have a couple STDs, a couple infections in my past. And I'm going to sit here and say it confidently because I did. How do you think the statistic gets there? By no one getting STDs? Like, I have had STDs. I went to college. It was a recipe for disaster, low self-esteem, and nexplanon. You can only guess what happened. I know it's getting a little dark right now, but I'm gonna just continue. I don't think the nexplanon for me specifically made me get, you know, what I got. I don't think, I never had any, like, yeast infections. I had, like, I don't know. I definitely just don't think nexplanon for me made me have vaginal infections. It was definitely those dusty, musty, crusty motherfuckers I was fucking with, okay? Just so dusty and fucking crusty. So fucking dusty and so fucking crusty. And I knew it was just like, and like last summer, like, I was just so over my actions, you know what I mean? And I had a pretty big, like, you know, thing that happened to me. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I was, you know, sexually assaulted. I still feel like I haven't properly, you know, went through that pain. But it was like July of last year, and it was with this guy that, like, I actually, like, almost got into a relationship with for like a couple of years, and he was like 10 years older than me. I probably talked about him a couple times on this channel, but I'm not giving that man the light of day. Anyways, I was so pissed. You know what? I don't really want to explain it, but, like, I kind of had an infection, and I was like, no, like, I don't want to do it. And I was on antibiotics, and you can't have sex or, you know, do anything like that. And the man basically coerced me, you know, and that was a big, I don't know, I wouldn't say it was a turning point for me, but like, I just remember that so vividly. Like, I just went home and felt so gross. Like, I was just like, I'm so done with men. That isn't the reason why I have a girlfriend. Like, no. I've known this bitch way longer than this man. But like, yeah, it was just a very uncomfy situation. And I just knew something was wrong. And I literally just sobbed in my pillow. And the man didn't say anything. And I just left. And he was like, I love you. And bitch, disgusting. Anyways, I don't really know why I feel the need to share that story with you. But like, that was also one of the main things where I was just like, I'm done. And then I was celibate after that for like 2 months. And I was so proud of myself. I was very proud of myself, because when I tell you, like, I don't think I was addicted to sex. Like, that's such a real thing. But I definitely was getting close to it. Like, it's embarrassing to think about, but you know, you might be going through the same thing. And I wish I could just go back and tell myself and be like, what are you doing? Like, are you trying to hurt yourself? Like, are you trying to get yourself into a situation you don't want to be in? Like, there's just so many times where I could have really caused harm to myself. Like, the situations I put myself in. And I was like, fuck it. I'm young. But like, girl, like, you know, and I grew up with people telling me these things, you know, like superiors, you know, YouTubers. Like, I'd always watch YouTube and they're like, don't do this, don't do that. And I was sitting there doing this and doing that. But like, for real, when people say, don't go hang out with strangers, don't do this, don't do it. Like, it's not worth it. And especially looking back on it now, like, I literally regret every single intimate situation I've been with. Like, every single intimate situation. Maybe except for 1 or 2. But a majority of them have been so uncomfortable. Like, with anyone other than her. Like, I cannot. It was just, I'm just like, I wish I could just go back and shake myself and be like, girl, like, you're so worth it. Like, you are amazing, you know? And you wouldn't expect that from me, because everyone just assumes, as you should, like, I'm over here posting 24/7 myself, like being a narcissistic bitch, you know what I mean? That's basically what influencing is, you know? But, you know, makes sense for people to assume that I'm confident, or because I'm bigger and I wear a dress, oh, that she must really like herself or whatever the fuck. But like, no, like, that's not the issue at all. Like, I grew up being a plus size dancer, and let me tell you, that shit will humble you real quick. And let me know if y'all want a whole video about that, because I have been making, like, on my notes, like, just lining up my dance experiences and like just everything. And you know, I was never a competitive professional dancer, but there's probably so many of you guys that were like me and want to hear me talk some shit. Okay, so let me know if y'all want to see that down below. Okay, but yeah, I never really came to terms with that. I feel like that's why that's why I made my YouTube channel. I was like, you know what? There's these girls on YouTube who are bigger and they're flaunting their shit. Like, I'm gonna do it too. And I never really did it from like, oh, I'm truly confident in myself. Like, that's just, I feel like, what my personality gave off, you know? But especially in high school, like, I still wasn't that confident in myself. Like, I was, but like, at the same time had like underground insecurities. And you know, I feel like that's all of us. Like, we can be so confident and be so proud of what we're doing, you know, feeling like we have a purpose, but then little insecurities from childhood or from little situations where you were traumatized, like, will just pop up and you're like, whoa, like, I just did all of this work, bitch. Like, I just wrote 4 journal prompts about my fucking bullied experiences. Like, why is this still coming back up? But like, that's life, bitch. It's fucking life. It really is. I just want to make more videos like this, just down to earth, like just for real, talking out my shit, because I haven't done this in a long time. And I have never realized like how much it has affected me not actually sitting here and talking to you guys. You know, like I didn't do that in college. Of course, I'd sit there and talk, but I was never fully in a situation where I was like comfortable and had the space to, you know what I mean? Like if I was filming a YouTube video, I was thinking about I was thinking about so much shit. And that still hasn't changed. Like I still have responsibilities. I still have things I need to do, you know? But in college, they were just like, oh, I live in a suite with all these people. Like, how am I going to figure out how to do that? Like, it was just so much. And it honestly just breaks my heart looking back. Like, I was like, right whenever I got hacked, like around COVID, like that shit hurt so bad. But then I came back, and right whenever I went into college, like my love for YouTube, like I just couldn't do it all. I couldn't do it all. I was so burnt out. Like literally just doing it in high school and putting my whole fucking left and right pussy lip into it. Like I was so burnt out, and I didn't realize how doing dance, doing cheer, doing all AP classes since I could even do it, like that shit really burnt me out. And I feel like that's why one of the reasons I didn't graduate with a bachelor's. You know what I mean? I was already so fucking burnt out by the time I got to college, you know? And I feel like that needs to be talked about, you know, especially in the world of parenting. Because, yeah, of course we want our children to be set up for success, have the opportunities, have, you know, be able to do things to get you closer to being, you know, getting the career you want. But there's just so much where it's like, of course I'd love to dance, but there was no other option. You know what I mean? Like I really did truthfully love it, but like I grew up next to my sister who she really loved it, but then we moved to Colorado and she stopped liking it, but my parents didn't let her stop. You know, like I just grew up with parents that are like, if you're going to do this, you're going to do this the rest of your life. And I'm like, okay, which, you know, I enjoyed because I like doing dance, but like, in the other hand, my sister, like even Ava, like my little sister Ava, it's so sad. Like Ava, if you're watching this, I love you and I always respect your decisions, but she's only in one dance class. And I'm like, Ava. And she's gone through a lot of stuff right now. So like, it's good for her that like my parents are letting her dial back and letting her only take a dance class, you know? Like, I'm so happy for her. Like, that's so cool. But like the pressure my parents had on me and Kylie and my older brother, like the pressure was insane. For what? Like, for what? For what? Of course you want your children to succeed. You want that pressure to be there because it should be. But like, for what? And of course I love dancing, but my parents like never put me in anything to further beyond the studio. You know what I mean? I know I'm just starting to ramble about other shit, but I'm just having a good combo, okay? Yeah. Like my parents would never like, you know, take us to conventions when we were younger, or, you know, take us to competitions, like, which I'm thankful for, because competition dance is a whole different world, you know, and I probably would have been a lot more traumatized being a bigger dancer, you know? But yeah, sometimes I'm like, I wish I had more opportunity to further that. You know what I mean? Like, and I never saw myself as being like a professional, but like, oh my God. At this, I need the flash. See these chicken tacos? Have you been on birth control?
No.
No?
That's the worst.
Good. That's my life. That's my nexplanon story. I want to eat these tacos and watch Batty Shower. I've been watching Baddies East. Let me know if y'all watch Baddies East. I mean, we're only 2 episodes in, but I just want the next one to come out. It's Sunday. Right now it's actually October 1st. So excited for the fall. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I've been filming for forever. I love you guys so much. Thank you for sitting here listening to my thoughts and opinions. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry it got dark. I'm sorry, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know other topics I should do, or I'm definitely doing another advice video soon because I asked y'all questions on my Instagram. But I just want to come on here and talk about my experience with birth control, because I damn near forgot I even had birth control. I was like, you know, I'll sit back and look on my life and I'm like, I haven't really had that many experiences to do story times or to talk about on my channel, but bitch, I really have, like, for real. But yeah, that's this video. Please let me know what I should name this series. I don't know. I kind of want to, like, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give this video a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Also, make sure y'all go follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I've been posting all the time. It's the same thing, Mackenzie Drake with 2 E's. And I'm so close to being done with my merch. Like, I can taste it. Me and my designer, I'm gonna say that, my designer, we have to figure out some last, you know, little things, and then I have to order samples, make sure I like everything. Like, it's just this whole process. But that'll be coming soon. I just want to do it for fall, you know, holiday season coming around. Might as well. I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys in my next YouTube video. Peace out, Girl Scout. And if you say you ain't, girl, he's all is mine.